thank you for choosing to watch this update. But before we start, if you do like the episode, please click on the like button to help get the video out there to other people as much as possible. And even better, click the subscribe button because I will have more updates and videos every week on Monday and Thursday, and you don't want to miss it. Now, on with the update. For more than a year, R.Kelly has been awaiting trial on federal sexual abuse charges. However, rather than simply waiting for his trial day, he's been very busy while being locked up. What has he been busy with, you ask? He's apparently been trying to find a range of ways to convince and intimidate the women he sexually victimized into not testifying against him. On Wednesday, August 12th, several men were charged with intimidating would-be witnesses in his upcoming court case. And when I say intimidate, I mean some off-the-wall, really crazy types of threats. This comes as no surprise because law enforcement officials have long suspected R. Kelly of interfering in criminal investigations. He was acquitted in a 2008 trial in Chicago on child pornography charges after a key witness declined to testify. And in 2019, federal prosecutors in Chicago charged him with a conspiracy to intimidate witnesses and conceal evidence before the trial. On Wednesday, August 12th, federal prosecutors in Brooklyn said there was a car intentionally set on fire back in June as they announced the arrest of 3 people trying to intimidate or bribe R. Kelly's accusers. One of the accusers received an offer of $500,000 to buy her silence. Now, prosecutors have charged one of the associates, Mr. Williams, with setting fire to an SUV parked in the driveway of one of R. Kelly's accusers in Kissimmee, Florida, on June 11th. Interestingly, the arson described in the criminal complaint matched the description written in an Instagram post in June by R.Kelly, who was a former girlfriend of R. Kelly. She released a video of the fire and photos of a burned SUV in her driveway. And what's even more crazy is that Clary defended her relationship with R. Kelly in a TV interview just last year after his arrest, and said she was in love with him. But as of January 2020, she accused R. Kelly in an interview of beating and brainwashing her. Almost as crazy as setting someone's car on fire to prevent them from telling the truth is how the police were able to figure out that it was one of R. Kelly's associates who committed the act. After the arson, investigators obtained a search warrant for records of anyone who had used Google to search for the woman's address close to the time of the incident. The records led to Mr. Williams, who is a family friend of R. Kelly, and just hours before the arson took place, cell phone location data showed that Mr. Williams had driven from his home in Valdosta, Georgia, to the address in Kissimmee, Florida, where the car was burned. Investigators also checked Mr. Williams' Google, and he searched for countries that don't have extradition with the United States, and case law for tampering with a witness. So, in a nutshell, this guy's phone was 100% the reason he got caught. In a separate incident, R. Kelly's manager, Mr. Russell, threatened a different woman who had sued R. Kelly in 2018. He sent her text messages with sexually explicit photographs of her and threatened to publish the photos and her sexual history if she did not withdraw her lawsuit. As if that's not bad enough, the manager has also been charged with placing a threatening phone call to a Manhattan movie theater in an attempt to shut down a 2018 screening of a docuseries about R. Kelly's sexual misconduct. And I found it ironic that the manager got caught because of the phone he used, which was a landline in his own home. I don't know why he thought he wouldn't get caught using his own phone after caller ID has been a thing for decades, but apparently he did. His grand plan consisted of telling one theater that there was a person in the theater with a gun and prepared to shoot up the screening. He succeeded in having the one theater not show the docuseries, but it still showed elsewhere, so I would say mission failed on his part for stopping the release. And the last update I have for you on R. Kelly involves federal prosecutors discovering that he created a private bank account in March 2019, following sexual assault charges being brought against him. According to the assistant U.S. attorney, he had no idea the account existed, which is problematic because R. Kelly claimed to have no source of income and then set up the account in the name of an individual who also incorporated a business called Some Brother Love LLC to make sure that the money was as hidden as possible from the government. Kelly was allegedly controlling his finances from prison, assigning his royalties to the company, and instructing people through phone calls how to spend the money. And in just 1 year, the account has received at least $1.2 million. And now an investigation is underway to determine whether the hidden account was an attempt to avoid financial penalties or if the money is being used for bribes. Kelly's trial is scheduled to begin September 29th, but it could be delayed because of concerns around COVID-19. I don't know the particulars of the entire case, but R.Kelly has not done himself any favors by trying to bribe and intimidate witnesses. And hiding money and lying about his income is sure to have made prosecutors and the judge annoyed by his continuing antics. I think he's toast when the trial is all said and done, but let me know what you think. Do you think he's got a shot of walking free? What do you think about his sex trafficking charges being brought against him? Did he do it? How about listening to R. Kelly's music since all this came out? Do you still listen? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and we can further discuss the non-stop drama that surrounds R. Kelly. That's it for this week's episode. If you are not yet, make sure you follow us on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube at Human Trafficking Hater. Thanks for watching.